All right, coming up in about 10 minutes, we got Major General Albert Stubblebine and Dr. Rima Laibow joining us. They've been at the Codex Alimentarius UN Global Government Takeover of Your Vitamins and Food meeting. The globalists are moving on every front, taking over right now. Was that not an incredible Jesse Ventura interview in the last hour and a half? We put some traces on the phone lines to the phone company because we're only dropping big guests. And our phone system creates a certain blip when the phones drop, but we can check the phone logs from here, and we put a trace in with the phone company. Our phone lines are being dropped in between us in Washington, our office in Minnesota, and it's only with big guests. This is not happening with other regular phone lines we have. These are regular phone lines, and we have internet phone lines. And I don't want to say it's a conspiracy theory, though we have been officially hacked many times or attempted to be hacked, and we have found big hacking sites saying they're going to hack us again because we don't like Obama. We're fascists because we don't like expanding the wars. But then we tracked those groups. Those are government operatives posing as if they're hackers, because we've had top hackers give us the documentation on this. We've got the Pentagon directing denial of service attacks, a bunch of other types of attacks against us. The last big one was when we were exposing that the flu was a fraud and part of a larger drill, and that they had prepared all this back in January when we told you they were getting ready for a staged flu hysteria. We said, we don't know if it's a hoax or whether it's going to be real, but in January and February, I said they're going to stage something big this year. And we had city managers and emergency managers on and got secret documents on air for you, and it all came true. Because we have the sources. I mean, we're risking our lives here for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a game. This is not a joke. Without giving too much of the TV show away, well, I know who it was that was on the no-fly list as soon as they tried to fly here for the interview. And the government's listening to these people's phone lines and just doing it for meetings. We have sent videotapes to media before, and they have erased the tape with they have a system that sends out these electronic waves that erases tapes. Anybody who's worked in a TV station knows about them. Forget the technical term. But back in the old days of regular tape and video, they have them. Well, they'll erase a regular computer tape, too. They've got other systems that will erase hard drives. It's a big magnet. But the point is they did that twice once. Then they broke into a hotel room. I've had them break into hotel rooms I'm in and steal just our tapes. Well, I was talking about this a few weeks ago because I buy movies on DVD to watch them when I run on the treadmill. Only way I can run more than 30 minutes is to watch a movie. I can go out on the street to start running, and like 20 minutes later, I just stop. But I can get on that treadmill and go into zombie mode. I guess I use the mind control device to trick myself into running more than 30 minutes. When you got as fat as I did at 260 pounds down to 230 now, trying to lose more weight, it gets tougher once you lose that first 30. Side issue. Point is, I'm on the treadmill, and I watch in two parts The Insider. And that's a true story of all the harassment he went through and all the things that happened to him, a tobacco company scientist going public. Man, that's a cakewalk. And the reason they haven't killed me and the reason they don't do a lot of stuff to me anymore, they still do some things, is because they know I don't care. I mean, I care, but what am I going to do? It's kind of like once you jump out of an airplane with a parachute. Is your parachute going to open? You sure hope so. I mean, I don't know. And there's such a liberating feeling about going, gee, I hope they don't hurt my wife or kids. Gee, I hope they don't kill me or destroy me in the media or set me up. Or it's kind of nice that they're just doing COINTELPRO against me and making stuff up. And I kind of let them do that as like, okay, you get to do that. Thank you for not killing me. And I do want to say to the globalist, I know they've calculated all the angles, and they think I'm buffoonish and that I discredit at certain levels, but now they figured out that's not really the case. And I do feel the wings of death flapping above my head, and they're beginning to really analyze my true operation. But we're a little farther down the line now, aren't we, globalists? To where my information is out there, and if you kill me, it's going to highlight, it's going to underline everything I've said and done. And so you're going to destroy me in the media. The problem is the media is so discredited that if you tell a bunch of lies about me, anybody who can think automatically supports me. I mean, yes, you've got buffoons fooled, you've got idiots fooled, you've got morons fooled, but anyone who can think, even if they disagree with me on some issues, Lord knows I make mistakes and am aggressive and bombastic and arrogant sometimes, but people who've got discernment and who've been around the world, they know I'm for real. They know even if I wasn't a good person and it wasn't for real, I'm waking a lot of people up. I mean, if I worked for the government, man, this is the worst money they ever spent because we're hurting them, folks. We're teaching you you have power. We're teaching you you can affect change. We're teaching you that you can fight the New World Order. We're teaching you how their systems work. We're teaching you to unplug from their matrix. We're showing people how they can affect change. We're documenting our true form of government. The system hates us. We're against bashing Jews and bashing Catholics and bashing blacks and bashing whites. I come out against the racist Hispanics and racist blacks when they're bashing white people. You know, we criticize corruption of Israel. We criticize corruption of China, but we don't hate Chinese people. We're here bringing people together. And that's why, you know, I thought about the magnitude of this last week. I thought, I haven't made a bigger deal over the fact that we can track the IP addresses of commenters and that these are coming from military bases and are government operatives. Many cases, they put their handles up there. You can go to their MySpace or Facebook, and they admit they're in PSYOPs. I mean, this is getting crazy. They don't even care if we know. And then I think about how many white supremacists have been caught in federal court, the Southern Poverty Law Center, Hal Turner, all of them, that attacked me, and then it turns out they're fed staging stuff. Hal Turner, I told you 6-7 years ago that guy was a fed. As if you couldn't take 1 micron. Do we have our guest? Okay, good. As if 1 micron of discernment wouldn't know he was a fed. And then it comes out, he's attacking me, I'm his main target, that I work for Israel and I'm bad and I'm all this stuff, and everybody, if they really want to be a true blue American, has to hate Jews and obsess on that all day. Even if you believe that, when you go out and preach that, it destroys all your other arguments. I don't want cap and trade, but I hate Jews. Oh, I don't want socialist health care. I hate Jews, by the way. That totally destroys your argument. Well, I don't hate Jews. And I understand there are a lot of evil Jews involved in the New World Order. There's a lot of evil people, period. But Jews are competitive, smart, informed, educated people. Of course there's going to be a lot of evil people at the top that are Jewish. There's a lot of Brits at the top that are evil, because British people statistically are very smart, and when you get evil ones on your hands, you got a problem. I mean, it's the same thing with the Russian government. I'm not against Russian people. I'm against their corrupt government. I speak out against it. All right, look. People always think it's a conspiracy theory on TV when I hit the silence button and talk to them. We're going to go to our guests in 5 minutes because I wasn't sure if we were going to get them on, and I have something else lined up. Ted Anderson's about to come on. The point here is I just realized that it's on record that all these top white supremacists get busted, get caught in federal court being federal informants or agents. They get caught in court cases and lawsuits and then admit when they kill their wife or beat up their neighbor or get in trouble. There's a whole bunch of them. Or threaten the wrong state judge and get arrested. They then come out and say, I'm a fed, and then feds come in and go, well, he does work for us. Why would the feds have all these different organizations and groups attacking me as working for Israel or working for the Vatican or working for this or that, and then it comes out they are feds? See, the feds want us all fighting with each other. They want that. All right, We got Major General Stubblebine and Dr. Rima Laibow coming up at the balance of the radio show today with part 2 of their amazing interview with us last week. They can report on the conclusion of what happened at the Codex Alimentarius in Europe, and so much more coming up in T-minus 5 minutes. Very honored to have them. We had some phone trouble getting them connected. I want to bring Ted Anderson up briefly because gold, as you know, went above $1,100 and has stayed there. And Ted is almost out. It's gone up 3 times in the last week. He's almost out of gold. That is, well, yesterday, almost $60 less in the market than it is now. He's almost out of this, and it will go up in the next few days if the selling continues like this, and it clearly is. Ted, briefly, give us an economic outlook on what's happening. Tell folks about the Midas Resources offer of the day. If people didn't listen to us when gold was $300 an ounce, it's now $1,100 plus. Maybe they'll listen now.
Well, I